Right out the gate, we've got a guilty plea to aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. That's a second-degree felony in Texas, carrying up to 20 years. But here's the twist. The deal caps it at just 8 years. Is that justice or sweet deal for someone with his record? Stick around, because the judge isn't holding back.
Good morning. Are you Matthew Wadsworth?
Yes.
And Mr. Wadsworth was previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to the second-degree felony offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. There was an agreement for a cap of 8 years in prison. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Your Honor. Not from this one.
All right, Mr. Rojas, you may proceed.
Yeah, Judge, the cap of 8, the agreement, I think, is a cap of 8, and just based on the criminal history alone and the PSI, it looks like
It looks like you did a very good job of getting that agreement.
that's kind of what, not that I did a good job, but I think that may be doing a favor to Mr. Wadsworth. However, Judge, there are some things I'd like to point out. If you look at, I'm not talking about his felony criminal history. First,
Notice how the prosecutor is laying out the timeline. This isn't random by stacking up those old convictions. He's showing a pattern of crime. Judges take this seriously. In sentencing, your past is never really in the past. It's evidence of whether you've truly changed.
page of his, I guess, rolling into this second page of his felony criminal history. Most of those offenses happened in 2002. So he seems to be getting those in bunches. Those happened in 2002. He got sentenced in 2000. All in one. In January 2002, they all happened.
Right.
Got revoked in 2003 on all of them. I think he did 60 months on all of them. Got some more in October 2002. Then after that, he goes in. Basically, he's in and out until about 2019 when he picks up some more cases. And from 2019 to this present case,
From after the 2002 and to the 2019, there were seven additional felonies.
Yes.
7 additional felonies.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And then from 2019 to now, at least, he's able to stay clean. So he tells me that most of the time when he's committing offenses is when he's off his medications. He's been back on the meds now in jail. It's helping him. He's able to think clearly now. We talked about this, and if the court's even going to consider probation, as pointed out in the PSI, the only way he's going to get probation is with safety to get help with his drug issues. He understands that. He recognizes that. He's willing to do that. He's hoping that you give him a chance to do that. And even as he pointed out by the probation officer in the report, he's indicated to them that he's tired of this lifestyle. He's tired of being in handcuffs. He realizes he needs help just to make his life better. And he tells me he's ready to make that change. And he does have some statements to make to you at the appropriate time.
All right, go ahead, sir.
I only wrote this because
This is one of those moments where defendants pour their heart out talking about addiction, trauma, mental illness. The question is this a genuine plea for help or just another excuse? And remember, judges hear these kinds of letters every single day.
I get really nervous.
Sure.
So I said, this letter is to ask you for some help. I'm a drug addict. I can't. Oh no. Basically, listen, man. I was a bad kid until I was ADD poster child. I was put on Ritalin. Then I did really good. The Ritalin, I went from straight F's, farting in class, thinking it was funny, picking my nose and eating it, all that stuff. I thought it was, I just was bad. They put me on Ritalin, I went from straight F's to straight A's. I was sexually abused. My parents were drug addicts. I went to prison. You guys forgot something. I hope it don't hurt me, but I got beat up. I had a robbery in 1992. When I got out from that robbery until 2000,
Two.
when you started, 2002, yes ma'am. I stayed out of trouble again because I was on medication. It's been my whole life. It's been the pattern of my life. I'm on my medication. I'm a great guy. I'm a journeyman electrician. I'm a father. I'm a grandfather. I spend time with my kids. if I'm off of them, and the reason I got off of them and this offense happened is I was hearing voices. I thought my roommate was holding my girlfriend hostage. It says I hit him with a bat, but it was my walking cane. It wasn't a bat. And I did hit him, and I felt horrible because I found what was going on. But in my head, our house burned down, dogs died, and I just kind of went crazy. But I did stop. I did tell in 19. I said, I'm tired of this, and I'm gonna stay on my medications. When the house burned down, all my medications went with it, my truck, my tools and everything, and I was just barely making it. And I honestly thought my roommate was holding my girlfriend against her will and hostage. When we started fighting, I was losing, and I said, if you do give me the chance, what I need is some help staying on my meds, because I start feeling like I'm doing better sometimes, and then I stop taking them. When I stop taking them, I hear voices, and I can't tell if it's mine or if it's somebody else, or I can't tell.
So, but Mr. Wadsworth, here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
And I appreciate what you're saying, and I feel like you are sincere in what you're saying.
Okay.
The problem is you're 51 now, 52?
51.
51.
Fixing to be 52.
And you know you've had these issues.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been given opportunities, and you know I need to be on my meds. And even if I give you a probation, it's only for so long. At some point, you have to stay on your own meds, and you can't require someone else to force you to do that and take a chance with society and the community of you hurting someone else. Honestly, I'm not sure, but
Boom! That's the gavel drop. When a judge says you have the worst criminal record they've ever seen, you know it's bad. We're talking 21 felony convictions, nearly 40 misdemeanors, and even more dismissed charges. At this point, the judge isn't just sentencing, she's issuing a warning to society.
honestly think that you have the worst criminal history I've seen.
I even said that to Mr. Rojas. I said, this is
You
not
have
defeatable.
19 misdemeanor convictions. You have 20 others that were either filed, dismissed because of pleas on the other cases. So technically about 39 misdemeanors. 21 felony convictions. 21. I know, wow, right?
I'm not.
You still have one pending in Indiana. And in addition to the 21 and the one pending, you have 16 others that were dismissed because of plea agreements, and things like that. So that's 38 felonies. The last, and I get a lot of this was from '02, and a lot of it was in the same big scenario.
19 of them was in one.
But it didn't stop then. You were put back on probation in 2017. So not that long ago, given a probation, it was revoked. So you were given an opportunity. Mr. Smith,
I've completely stayed out of trouble since then, though. Not one single incident.
well, you had 2017 an unauthorized use of a vehicle felony. 2018 an obstruction of justice in Pike County.
Yes, ma'am.
2019 an escape. That's the one that's pending. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then another later in 2019, maintaining a common nuisance of a controlled substance or something like that in Indiana. So the last thing is 2019, which is, in the big scheme of things at your age, not that long ago.
I know, I understand.
Mr. Smith?
Judge, I would point you to his account to probation where he said the part about the baseball bat is not true. A dresser fell on top of
I saw that.
it. He's still not accepting
I
responsibility.
hit him with the cane.
Hold on, don't
I'm
speak
sorry.
over. I let you talk, so don't talk over anyone else, please.
I believe probation is absolutely right that jail time and probation has not been a deterrent for him. He's not made probation. We would ask for the 8 years.
Did you catch that? The state isn't even pushing for the max 20 years. They're asking for the full 8-year cap of the plea deal. Why? Because with this kind of record, probation is off the table. The message: society needs protection more than he needs a second chance.
Mr. Wadsworth, again, like I stated before, to Mr. Rojas, the fact that he was able to negotiate for you a cap of 8 years on a second-degree felony with your criminal history, there's part of me today that was considering not even accepting this plea agreement. Because I think with your criminal history, personally, I think it's ridiculous.
I have to understand.
So I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Sentence you to a term of 8 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. There will be an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have any questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas. There's help in prison for you with medication. It's going to be up to you when you get out to either change your life if you really want to or not, and you'll have to do that on your own. All right, good luck to you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff.
And there it is, 8 years behind bars. For some, that feels light, considering the history. For others, it's the break of a lifetime compared to what he could have faced. But the real question is, when? He gets out at 60. Will he finally change, or will history repeat itself yet again?